Hallöchen und willkommen bei einer weiteren Folge von Wuthering. Wir hatten gestern wieder einen Livestream, wir haben ein bisschen die Welt erkundet, ein bisschen was freigeschalten, ein bisschen gedattelt, ein bisschen erledigt. Wir haben jetzt Katte 4 mit ins Team genommen. Und sonst eigentlich nichts Spannendes gemacht, außer ein bisschen erkundet. Wir müssen leider die Story weitermachen soweit, damit wir weiterkommen. So, verfolgen wir jetzt auch wieder und wir schauen mal, wer von der Familie Fisalia.
I received Chacona's memo. To think the head of the Fisalias approached you when I was still in negotiations with her emissaries. Was it meant to be a diversion all along? They invited you and you alone. As a Montelli, I'm in no position to intervene. That being said, if the Fisalias try anything against you, I'll get you out. Even if it means storming through their front gates. In the meantime, I'll keep looking for more information and the person Cartathea mentioned to you.
Okay, mach das, Carlotta.
As soon as I find anything.
Danke. Mal schauen, wer es ist. Ich bin gespannt. Kenne ich, glaube ich, noch gar nicht. Bortoveneburg.
One moment, please. I shall inform Milady of your arrival.
That won't be necessary. To keep our honored guest waiting would be most improper. Especially when it was I who extended the invitation. Cantarelle Fisalia, 36th matriarch of the Fisalia family. I'm pleased to make your acquaintance. Honorable laureate, the new crown of the Carnival.
Hast du... Nee, warte. Rover genügt vollkommen.
Very well. If you insist, I see no reason to refuse. You may also call me Cantarelle. Now, shall we proceed to my study?
Cantarelle fehlte ja noch. Die gehört zu den Fisalia. Ah. Die Quallenfrau, ja klar. Ich bin schneller. Schneller.
Won't you have a seat? I hope you'll accept this tea as my way of apologizing for the incident with Gilberto. Members of the family may have troubled you, but there is no stain that can't be washed away. Every sorrow has its own way of fading, don't you think? You still hold a grudge? Won't you accept my apology?
Den Tee beiseite schieben.
I see. Let's set aside such past unpleasantness for the time being. I invited you here, to ask that you might serve as a mediator.
Before we get into that, there's something I want to know.
I imagine it concerns the Fisalia family's true beliefs. It would seem Gilberto's mind is beyond saving. But let's not dwell on that. What is your opinion on the current state of Ragusa?
Friedvoll, auf eine Art, die sich falsch anfühlt.
So you've noticed something is amiss? As expected, from someone who's felt the weight of a Threnodian invasion firsthand. And what exactly do you find most unsettling?
Why haven't the Threnodian and the Sentinel ever shown themselves?
Because the Threnodians' invasion of Ragusa has long since concluded. The Threnodian, so named Leviathan, possesses the power to merge and assimilate. It uses distorted beliefs to spread a spiritual plague that slowly devours civilizations from within. Though the previous 2 attempts were thwarted, the tall mast of the galleon that is Ragusa has already been snapped in half. Now the blissfully ignorant masses walk hand in hand toward an abyss they cannot see. Friend or foe? As a newcomer to this land, can you really tell them apart?
Willst du damit sagen, dass der Orden den Threnodian anbetet? Du kannst gut reden, wenn man bedenkt, wie seltsam sich deine Familie verhält.
Yes. And no. On one hand, there's the truth of the Order's beliefs. On the other, there's our family. The Threnodian doesn't take kindly to those who know the truth. We've always been under its whispers. Once the soul fractures, the mind will follow, until only a puppet remains. Now that we've come this far, there's nothing for me to hide. My only hope is that once you learn everything, you will carefully consider my request. Come. The truth you seek lies in the deepest part of the castle.
It's thick with dust. Hard to believe they're truly worshipping it.
Curious about that statue.
The aroma from these plants. It's the same scent that was in the study.
This is it. Are you prepared?
Yes.
Now that we're here, I'm afraid I can't let you leave, even if you want to. Just as I expected, the Threnodian took notice of you the moment you learned the truth. What you see in this sanctuary is the Sentinel in their true form. A majestic steed that galloped with the wind. Not a creature of the ocean's depths. The Order worships a half-horse, half-sea creature divinity, a form the Sentinel assumed only after being corrupted by the Threnodian. Although the Sentinel's will has yet to fade, who knows how much longer they can endure. I wish to ask you to persuade the Sentinel of Jinzhou, Jue, to come to Renesita, to save Imperator.
Wie kommst du darauf, dass ich dazu in der Lage wäre?
Both Jinzhou and Jue owe you their future. That makes you the only person capable of this task.
Jue befindet sich noch in einer Genesungsphase.
I understand the position you are in. Word has it that you're currently staying at a hotel and are at odds with the Order. Perhaps a stay at my estate would suit you for the remainder of your time in Renesita. I can offer you a glimpse into Renesita's past, and you'd be spared the Order's unwelcome attention.
There might still be a path forward. Carlotta once helped me interpret some stained glass images. The story it told was very similar to what you described, only more biased towards the Order. It mentioned a maiden who would emerge as the Sentinel's Resonator and later save Renesita. Do you think that's also a lie?
Care to elaborate?
Cantarelle erzählen, was auf der Glasmalerei abgebildet war.
The part regarding the maiden isn't entirely fiction. The Sentinel does indeed appoint a maiden to be their Resonator, though not in the way the Carnival would have you believe. No. It's through resonance with a very particular artifact.
Jue hat seine Resonatoren nicht auf diesem Wege gefunden.
That's because Imperator wields the power to split and manipulate space. With it, they can withdraw a portion of power. That power's frequency will match the Imperator's own. This is how the Sword of Divinity, Turvin, came to be. A blade sealed with the very powers of the Sentinel, and the artifact used to select their Resonator. To resonate with the sword is to resonate with the Sentinel. Only the Chosen One may hope to draw it.
And what about Cardathea?
The martyred maiden. The nature of her resonance is unclear to me. Perhaps she resonated with the Threnodian, or perhaps with the Sentinel in its corrupted form. But choosing her could not have been the Sentinel's will. That's because the maiden was already dead.
Heißt das, die echte Jungfrau wurde bereits ausgewählt?
In the past, each year the Fisalia family would hold the divine trials to select those with the strongest will. These young women would attempt to resonate with Turvin's powers, while overclocked, of course. Though none succeeded, some saw fragments of the truth hidden within the resonance. I was one of them. There was a moment where I glimpsed the Sentinel's corrupted form and the inverted ruins suspended in the sky. I also learned that only Turvin can break the barrier of that sonorosphere. When I awoke from that vision, I discovered a line of words inscribed onto my hand. I would never mistake my own handwriting. That is precisely why I'm searching for other possibilities. The words were, "The maiden is dead."
An inverted ruin suspended in the sky. Her and Cardathia's descriptions bear many similarities. If Turvin is the key to entering the Sonaro sphere, it stands to reason that Imperator may have played a role in the sphere's creation. If I can confirm that Turvin was truly left by Imperator, at least it would prove that neither are lying. Cantarelle said she was overclocking when she tried resonating with Turvin. That's exactly what happened with Jinshi. Could Imperator be trying to restore their power through a second awakening? If that's the case, my permission should cause a reaction. That's one way to confirm what they're saying.
Würde es dir etwas ausmachen, wenn ich versuchen würde, das Schwert herauszuziehen?
I suppose all that's left is its symbolic value. However, do handle it with care. It is a family heirloom. I've heard of your unique methods and formidable strength. Rover, who are you really?
Joey nannte mich die Schiedsrichterin.
The Sentinel's arbiter?
Well, I have some information and theories of my own. Care to hear them?
Please, enlighten me.
Du erzählst Cantarelle von dem Gespräch, das du mit Cardathiia geführt hast.
I would never have imagined someone already considered a martyr could still be alive. What surprises me even more is the connection you have with the Sentinel. We Fisalias revere Imperator as our one true divinity, and yet here you stand, the arbiter of the Sentinel. Would it be more fitting to address you as Master?
Wir können es einfach bei Rover belassen.
Then, I present my request once more. Are you willing to help rescue our Sentinel and pull Resonator back from the brink of chaos?
Abgemacht. Du gibst Cantarelle das Juwelen. Sie starrt einen Moment auf das Schwert und schüttelt dann den Kopf.
Turvin can only serve its purpose while in your hands. You should have it.
The only question now is how we reach Cardathiia and Imperator's Sonaro sphere.
We can discuss it on the way.
So you are the one that Cardathiia sensed wandering outside the Sonaro sphere.
A question that you already know the answer to. Why bother asking? Although being described as a jellyfish. There is a cable car in the lower levels of the Fisalia estate that leads directly to the Sonorasphere. The mechanism beside that wall can activate the lift.
Der Fisalia ist gar nicht so böse. Es gibt halt nur sau viele Missverständnisse zwischen den Glaubensrichtungen. Oder besser gesagt,
Why do the Fisalias have a cable car that leads directly to the Sonaro sphere?
Before it became a Sonorasphere, it was a seminary known as the Avenolium. The martyred maiden once pursued her studies there.
ich sehe nichts.
You seem perturbed. Are you still gathering your thoughts?
Everything that's happened has all lined up so perfectly. It makes me think it's too good to be true.
I'd like to share a different perspective. Rivers eventually converge into the same ocean. If a goal is mutual, then it's only a matter of time before they meet. Our choices and our will have led us to this situation, not the wishes of fate.
You are quite different from what the rumors say.
Oh. And what rumors have you heard?
That you're a recluse, a mystic obsessed with the crafting of poison. Oh, and that you poisoned your predecessor. Those kinds of rumors.
A recluse? On the contrary, I've been searching for a solution to the Sentinel's plight, and rarely return to Resonator. After most of my leads fell short, a friend at Mingting in Huanglong introduced me to the stories they were telling of you.
A friend?
All the affairs of Huanglong states eventually land in one person's hands. Would you care to take a guess at the identity of this friend of mine?
Chenchi?
Why not put the other rumors to rest?
Because the rest of them are all true. I see it'll take more than that to rattle you, huh? I assure you, this is no jest. We Fisalias have lived under the Threnodians' whispers for generations. Once the soul fractures, the mind will follow, until only a puppet remains. When the soul of the ruling head falters, Fisalia tradition dictates that the successor usher them into eternal slumber, with a poison of their own making. My succession ritual, well, an unforeseen incident gave rise to whispers that sparked those rumors.
How long has this been going on?
For centuries. Every generation. Outside, they call me the Bane, but historically every head of the Fisalia family has carried such a title. It just so happens that I am the most potent one yet.
Also in der Story erzählt bisher der Orden irgendwie nur
We've
super
reached
viel
the old
Quatsch.
seminary's undercrypt. The gateway into the Sonorosphere itself lies at its center. We shall continue on foot from here.
Okay, aber damit würde ich sagen, bewerten, kommentieren würde mich wahnsinnig freuen, hilft ungemein und wir sehen uns bei einer weiteren Folge von Wuthering und den Geheimnissen der Familie der Fisalias. Bis dahin, noch einen wunderschönen Tag. Ciao!